Guys, I'm kind of scared of what's going on in the medical system. And I say this for a few different things that I've experienced and noticed, and others that I know kind of have. And now, why does the medical system scare me, you might ask? Well, a few weeks back, I had an ER trip that resulted in an overnight stay. The ER nurses were absolutely freaking amazing. They made me feel at home. They were really kind. They they told me what was going on, so that way I could feel better. And they were being really kind and gentle. But the freaking doctor, oh my god! Because basically, with the basis of the problem, I was having, problems and stuff with being conscious, and I was kind of like purple, so I was like really, really cold and dehydrated, and I just wasn't doing good. So I went in. He was trying to get me to be conscious and talk to him, and I'm like, they're like, and he's like, hey, I'm talking to you, being a just real fucking asshole. I wanted to slap that doctor. And yeah, no. Asking for a different one if he's ever my ER doctor again, that's for damn sure. The thing that really, really kind of like scares me, because, there's just asshole-ish people and people who are just rude and mean because they don't care in general in the world. Now, what really scares me is that after I was getting ready, right, to go home after doing a bunch of tests and doing whatever and eating and all that, I was getting my IV out, and this was like a CNA technician, somebody that does a lot of like the prep work, and it's not like a nurse, but they're like a CNA technician in the hospital. And as a basic thing, as someone, it's like a basic medical thing, you would think someone, either a nurse or a CNA tech, would know how to take an IV out, right? And then how to stop the bleeding. Well, this nurse, the CNA did not know how to do that and had to have someone else show them. And with what they're suspecting me of having, and all this has might be causing some of the problems that I've been dealing with, is I have a lack of blood volume in my body. So, she goes to pull it out, she puts the thing on me, doesn't really hold anything down, and I'm like, kind of like, oh, okay, is that all? Because what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to hold down where you're bleeding at to help slow the bleeding to eventually stop. And literally, it had been like, I was getting my stuff around, waiting for my ride to get there to be able to take me home. And it took about right around 30 minutes getting everything around and all that. And for the entire time, I was bleeding out of my hand. The little gauze thingy that I had, that was basically completely drenched in my blood. So I took it off, I threw it away, and I put a Band-Aid on, and I held it. And let me tell you what, it freaking hurt the entire time. I was wondering why it was hurting, because normally it should stop hurting after a few minutes, It wasn't like something like, oh yeah, major, whatever. But, I was bleeding for 30 fucking minutes out of my hand. And that, for somebody who does not know how to stop bleeding like that, because there are people in the world that do not know or do not have the capabilities of understanding that, these people literally need to be careful, because a family member of mine had literally been in a neuro ICU, which is like, like after somebody's been through something really, really bad and they're in a critical state. That is basically what it is, but he was in neuro ICU because this person had major trauma to the brain, right? So they're doing that, and I believe it was either a nurse or a CNN, I cannot exactly remember which, who had only, been 9 months out of freaking nursing school. Yeah, just think about that one for a minute. That had taken out an aurora vein that is actually quite large, and I will kind of show a picture of what that is here on screen to kind of give a bit more of a context. and that is like one of, you know, a bigger blood vessel, right? It's they took it out, did not hold down the bleeding, and basically this family member, within a matter of seconds, I'm sorry, content warning, or, you know, gore warning or blood warning or whatever. If you're freaked out by that, I would suggest skipping to whatever time I put up here in the corner for you. But anyway, I'll give you a moment. Alright, now that those people have kind of skipped on, basically it was literally like in a pool of, like, they were literally in a pool of their own blood, you know, and thank goodness that we had another family member there, so they were able to hold down on where they had just taken the IV out and hit the emergency button, because if that person was not there, then I probably would not have that family member. That's still scary to think that this person was only 9 months out of medical school and they were in an ICU, let alone a neuro ICU. And here's the thing, the hospitals don't fucking care. They would rather just be like, oops, sorry, didn't mean to kill your family member because our staff are not equally trained or trained proficiently enough in their things, or we're putting people who do not have enough experience to be working in that part. And I understand the hospitals are really short-staffed because there's not as many people, but also it's now becoming literally a safety risk for the general public, because, like, and it's just, it's sad. It really, really is. And, jeez, that scares me, that they're just allowing people that don't have that to be working in that. And man, it's just, I would say, for in those moments, please, please, please have a close friend or a family member or a loved one, you know, someone that you can trust, be able to advocate for you if you are unable to advocate for yourself. I literally have my significant other, and I do have a close family member of mine, you know, and they're the ones that are always there with me. If one can't be there, then the other one is, and, you know, kind of vice versa, that are there to be able to advocate for me when I was not able to myself, especially when I was going in and out of consciousness, because, you know, I was doing that quite a bit, and they were worried, and there were times where I was not able to advocate for myself. So my significant other was able to advocate for me, and I am very thankful to them for that. So, yeah. And I'm telling you, just advocate for yourself. Have people be able to advocate for you. Keep an eye out, and be careful about what you do, and try to, like, educate yourself on the things you are about to have done, so that way you can understand more if there's something wrong, because not every care provider is going to give a actual shit about you. They're just kind of there to get you in and out. They don't actually want to help you, is kind of the thing. But yeah, I just really wanted to get this out, because it was actually really, really scary for me as a person that's been having these kinds of, like, that have kind of, like, issues, and is now having and being able to kind of get into having a lot of this stuff checked out, and a lot of my experiences. I just want people to know that they need to be careful, and that they need to advocate for themselves, so that way horrible things don't happen to you like you hear online all the time. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for you guys today. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. And if you want to see more videos like this, or just kind of want to see what else I have, you can go ahead and click that subscribe button. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.